Alright. Okay, that close. Welcome back. Last time we managed to get, well, internal HRE wars disallowed, so that at least should make it so that there's no wars available, unless it's war by event. Like the succession war that Nuremberg had with Meissen over Nuremberg. Yeah. Additionally, I decided to continue going the way of tolerance. And yeah. Right now, I'm currently trying to expand outside of the Empire into Slovakia, as well as into Poland, but for the moment, Poland was allied with Sweden. And that was not a situation I wanted to keep. So that's why I'm going with Slovakia first. Yeah, there's also another war currently going on. Succession war between Austria and Baden over Tyrol. Baden seems to be winning at the moment, though. So, yeah. Just goes to show how poorly the new Slovenian nation is. I say Slovenian because, well, all the provinces that they have left are Slovenian. I think they're the only Slovenian... Yeah, they're the only Slovenian culture provinces in the world. So they're basically Slovenia right now. I think by now I can grab the provinces I want. As well as a decent quantity of cash. Perhaps prestige as well. Okay, we're on prestige. Doesn't fit the agenda. Don't worry, this will look a lot better once Moravia is in control. That's enough money to cause stability issues. You can take anything more than the minimum amount. So, of course, I'm going to take less than that. Alright. Okay, yeah. It's fine for summit-wise, that's good. Let's get this fortification back up to standards. And build a better road through here, especially since there's a university here, which will affect... Oh. Well, I've got money, so let's just invest as much manpower as I can manage. Pay off the rest in ducats. Okay. I'll probably end up building a road here too, especially since the Guerrero nobles have control here. However, because of better privileges, or at least my constant efforts to reduce Greater Noble privileges, more or less as centralization and bureaucratic agencies, etc., etc., etc. In general, it will be better. Communication, anyway. Well, autonomy. Ignore it. Corruption is really has a really low resting point anyway, so I could care less about how much I have. It'll go down constantly. Columbian Exchange. When the Spanish made contact with the Americas, they discovered a new world filled with crops and animals alien to them. Soon, plants such as maize, potatoes, and tobacco passed into the New World, while other crops like wheat and barley passed into the Old World, while other crops like wheat and barley arrived in the New. By the late 16th century, the potato had made its way beyond the Spanish possessions into the rest of Europe, helping to increase the crop yields and make a less arable land attractive for settlers. Alright, I get another group of ideas. I just need to wait for the lag to finish. Alright. So I've got a variety of options to work with. I honestly could take any of them, although I probably won't take a military idea group right now, especially considering I still haven't finished the current one, the latest one. Could take one of the diplomatic idea groups, but I am actually rather busy trying to get as much diplotech as possible. So I'm probably going to take an admin idea group since I've hit ahead of time there constantly, and I've got nothing else to do with the points other than core new territory, but expansion is slow for a variety of reasons. I don't want to overextend, for example. Especially not since bureaucracy ideas already gives me a lot of help with that. I could do empire ideas. It has a lot of administrative buffs. Or engineering. Which has quite a bit. Like this one right here is amazing. Plus 15% to production skill gain and plus 15% to urban goods produced. Yeah, it's just so much artillery damage. It's a weird military buff in here, but I'll take it. Siege ability up as well. Shifter, nah. Construction time, not super useful, but can be helpful in cases where I want to build up a city quickly. Develop build cost minus 5%. Now that's helpful with large cities. Plus minus 20% to construction costs in general. I'll have enough points for one idea for sure. Maybe two. But for sure, one. Anyway. Now to deal with the event. Bohemian Protestants hoped to reform the church with help from the king. By 1570, however, this hope had faded as they came to realize that Ferdinand I was not willing to openly support their cause. This left them dispirited and embittered, perfect targets for more radical missionaries to preach to. After all, if peaceful methods of reform had failed, there was still left that one option. Encourage them to rejoin the church. You know, I don't think you'd need to promote the independence of Holocaust anymore. They're doing good on their own. Besides, with internal HRE wars disallowed. Thanks to me. Oh boy, this is with religious peace. Oh boy. I can afford to lose legitimacy, I am gaining a 3.4 per month. But part of that is thanks to prestige, which is about to drain a bit. 30 points in total. In order to get more stat points and to raise relations with nobles. Which itself will lower unrest. Oh. Right. In some countries, the Reformation came by way of missionaries and pamphlets. In other countries, it was ushered in from above as kings and princes converted the state for reasons of their own. This kind of magisterial reformation was the most likely to succeed in the long run because it enjoyed the support of the powers that be. But kings could not afford to neglect the will of the people completely. A disputation, or formal debate, was a traditional way to resolve religious differences within the Catholic Church, and some rulers sponsored one, scouring the land for reformers and proponents of the Church to hold a public disputation. Depending on who was appointed to each side, disputations could be fiery, or they could be decided before it even began. Let us have a fair trial. A fair debate. Because why not? The country's honestly pretty evenly split along all three lines. Protestant and Reformed. Let's go for this province. Yeah. Their only allies are Polotsk over here with 2 provinces, and Bryansk here with 4, as well as their actual ally of Yaroslavl, which is probably even weaker than their vassals. Isn't that glorious? Sieging down the capital will obviously help my... Nice! Significant gives me the benefits of Empire rank. Vanilla. So, I get more diplomatic relations, as well as another advisor. Advisor costs increase though. Liberty desire from subject development is reduced. National focus cooldown is reduced. An extra leader without upkeep, and +1 merchant, as well as more difficult stability increases. However, the fact that I'm now a union of Slavic cultures, West Slavic cultures, means I don't have to deal with it anymore. Which is great. Bohemian, Moravian, Slovak, Polish, Kashubian. Used to be Lusatian here, but it's been replaced by East Elbian. And there's Silesian here as well, however, that has been mostly replaced by German Silesian, because of Ostsiedlung. Okay. And I really do need to get to the point where I can convince a city, a small monarchy, to become a free city. And easily, too. I just need more Diplo rep. Oh wait, what's the easiest way to get more diplomatic? The bloody court, okay. So at least I know what to invest into next. Let's strive for court level 5. 1 time stipend, 1,000, 500. Almost out of money, but as long as nothing serious happens, that should be perfectly fine. Right, anyway. I can ask for some extra coins as well. We own all the provinces I've claimed. Doesn't fit the agenda. There we go. Let's bring it back to Praha to drill. And I can begin fabricating claims on the rest of the provinces in the Greater Poland. That's enough. That's not enough money to cause any issues, so I'll just take maximum amount. Right, that's a good time to stop it here. So things on the Reformation, at least the aftershocks, are coming to a head. Various countries like Poland and Sweden, as well as Bayern München, are having to deal with religious civil wars, like the one I had to deal with the Hussites. Although in that case I did a lot better. Prussia formed, or, well, to put it a little better, the Teutonic Order has reformed themselves in Prussia into a duchy. Anyway, so I've continued my conquest of Greater Poland. I'm going to finish up the territorial acquisitions from Poland later. These 3 provinces for the moment. then I'll probably start moving up into here and down here. I do plan on eventually releasing Lithuania as a vassal, and start building my own vassal states in order to supplement the Silesian miners, which I will eventually annex, of course. I mean, yeah. I've also reached the significant rank, which, among other things, means that the West Slavic culture group is now accepted, so similar benefit to Empire rank in the base game. I've also started conquest of Slovakia. One province for now, but that's because without Moravia, I only had one province of Slovakian culture that I could reach. The rest are all Hungarian, and that's something that, if I'm going to deal with, it will have to be later. England is beginning to settle down, though Portugal is now supporting their independence. Yeah. Pskov did this awful thing right here, and several vassals of Prussia's are beginning an independence revolt. Rome is at war with Kiev. Well, that's not something you say every day. Spain's also dealing with the peasants' revolt. Yep. England is apparently colonizing. Alright. This is just as much of a mess over here as before, and yeah. I'm continuing my policy of tolerance, as well as trying to assert control over the state. To build a sort of mixed regime, where I take the tolerance style of the Reformed, the state control of the Protestants, as well as, to a degree, deference to the Pope, the Catholics. Because I've declared myself as head of the church in Bohemia. Or at least, above the Archbishop of Bohemia. Man, was that interesting. Of course, there do come some negative side effects. For example, the Pope doesn't like me. Well, the papacy itself, the Papal States actually does like me. It's just that I'm unable to take advantage of this sort of thing. Oh well. Anyway, I'll see you again next time. Until then, bye.